That's the important part of, like you say, going back to black media, getting these people to understand the importance of not just pulling up, but coming to the studio. Getting Rihanna to come to that studio, getting Will Smith to come to that studio validates that effort to show that new media and black media is equally as important as Jimmy Fallon and all these other people. Kelly Clarkson and them have probably, what, 80 employees? I have 12. We competing with the big boys. Why not? Because we can. We can do anything we want. The black mind is the most powerful weapon in the world. Yeah, but see, they're all playing politics. I don't play that. I ain't calling managers and agents. I ain't calling publicists. I'm not. I'm pulling up to the party, and just like I did the other day to Kelly Rowland and said, "Hey, Kelly, stop letting these white boys like Pete Rosenberg play in your face and put you behind Beyonce's shadow. You're a queen. You're iconic. Pull up. Let me honor you the way that you should be." And she like, "What? Yeah." So Kelly, you heard me.
You heard it here, Kelly.
Cause it's Kelly Rowland.
I agree.
Yeah.
International
Come on now.
superstar.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the part they forget. She was international on her own.
International.
What would the numbers of the BET Awards look like if every black superstar went there?
Out of control.
But they won't because they're seeking white validation. Until the white people say they can get it, then they run back over to niggas who are waiting to say, yeah, you don't give us enough. Build your own tables. I have my own award show now. My award show, we had Mariah Carey there. We had Floyd. We had Tiffany Haddish hosted. This year's going to be ridiculous. I have the pictures of who we're honoring on the wall. When people walk in, they're like, what's that? Don't even worry about it. Just watch, June 24th. So again, but there's another thing too. Black celebrities need to know that, like, you need to stop thinking that the only way you can go viral is to get on E News. When you can pull up on, if any celebrity in the world who's a megastar pulled up on this podcast, they'll go viral. If any mega celebrity in this world comes to Hollywood Unlocked or goes to the Jason Lee show, you're gonna go viral. Why? Because it's the content that people are looking for. Distribution is just everybody's waiting to pick it up. But you go into the one outlet that has all these shiny bells and whistles and thinking that that's how you're gonna go viral. No, it's the content. Cardi's gonna go viral. Watch. My party the other night that Remy Ma hosted, we had 479 million impressions in 48 hours. Why? Because we create a lit ass party where a woman in a coffin was running around handing out bottles in Chick-fil-A on a Sunday. How you do that? I don't know.
And Chick-fil-A on a Sunday.
Right.
That's impressive. That's impressive.
With a dancing Chick-fil-A cow. I mean, he was twerking and everything, but we was out there with Remy and But again, there's this weird thing in the industry where black people are seeking white validation and black people are afraid to just validate their own efforts and dreams.
Do you think that just as the culture is like growing more and more every day and people like you are making their marks in the world, do you feel like we're still going to be seeking, let's say 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now, still seeking it the same way?
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
until the Byron Allens and the Oprah Winfreys and the people who've made it understand that their obligation is to reach back and pull people up and help to bring in resources. Yeah. Yesterday, there was this big announcement from Procter and Gamble, and the CEO of a major media company sent the announcement to me and asked me to share. You know what my response was? I don't have no relationship with Procter and Gamble. Procter and Gamble cut that check. I'll share. I'll go share from the but Procter and Gamble, they have the resources, and I know that they have the commitment to invest in black media. But we just don't have the relationship. No shade to them. Once we have the relationship, we'll be happy to share. But we're not one of those forward an email and tell your audience people, whether it's the White House or Procter and Gamble. We're just not that. No, if you go back to the culture in Africa, we were dancing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like black people attribute our history from slavery. When I hear people in America talk about our history, they start with we were slaves. No, before that we was kings and queens who became enslaved, then who bought into the bullshit that we don't have the right to be here or own anything, and then just gave up to whatever they say. Nah, fight for what you believe in. Dancing, entertainment, culture, art, that's all of what we've always had. We just now need to get back to plugging into what we've always had and be what we can be. And be comfortable with it. Or be uncomfortable with it. It's not wrong with being uncomfortable. Just right now at my office, I ordered a fake Emmy from China on Alibaba.
Does it look real? Like the real thing? I guess not. Okay.
I ordered a real looking Emmy, big Emmy from Alibaba, and I told my team put a mini skirt on it, and put some kind of head wrap on it, and put it on my shelf behind me. You're gonna see it on my show because that's my manifestation wall. I'm gonna replace it when. Oh, we named it Emma. It's Emma. It's Emmy's cousin, Emma. But whenever Emma does her job and Rihanna comes and we have these conversations, we're gonna get. Last year, my podcast was considered for an Emmy nomination. I just didn't know until it was too late to go around and hustle the nominations. Thank you. But this year, we're gonna get considered for a nomination and watch that tour. You're gonna think that I'm running for a political office. I'm gonna tour everywhere because I believe it's all possible. And then when we win Emmy, we're not gonna do what white people do and kick black people out. We're gonna put Emma next to Emmy. She just won't have a mini skirt.
She just wanted me. You upgraded Emma.
Well, we just got our wrap it up notice. Well, I have a question. Is it gonna give us some of that like '90s like Source vibes?
No, it's gonna give you like Golden Globes,
Gotcha,
like
okay.
yeah. Oh no, you. I have to send y'all a link. My show this year. What? What? You no, you got to see when Mariah Carey came out and thanked Floyd for buying her the first Birkin bag she ever had. We was like, what tea was that? And then she said, "Let me sing your favorite song." What was the song? It's who over there? What's the song? Hold on, let me think. Oh, she wanted one more night. One more night? Whatever. She wanted one more night with Floyd, but that's what the song.
Yeah.
I loved it. So June 24th. Where's it gonna be? Where can we see?
Beverly Hilton. Oh no, you guys are. We
No,
don't.
well, everybody else.
Right now, we're in the process of. We're talking to networks, so we're talking to 2 major networks right now about picking it up. But Procter and Gamble just did a big deal with the Griot for crazy money to do the Griot Awards, so we'll be calling Procter and Gamble too.
And there we go.
Makes sense.
Is it on your wall? Cause it's manifested now.
No, because they didn't pay for that wall. So
Fair enough. You have no idea how much we appreciate it. Like we love talking to you. Hopefully,
I
whenever
see
you're in
you
New
guys
York,
moving
you
out
can
here. I
come
see you
back,
guys moving out
know.
here. You like I said, that's why I said when I came out, I said, are there 8 people here? Because I remember like when y'all be in those conversations and they get heated, those are literally the debates people are having online. Those are the debates people are having in the comments. And I always watch like when people advertise with us or when we pick up their stuff if we don't know who they are. I look at the comment count, the engagement, the shareable, stuff like that. And your guys was always the highest because people like what you're talking about. And I feel like, again, in a world where real is rare, you got to have those vulnerable conversations, and the conversations have to be without thinking about, am I going to get canceled? Are they going to like this or not? Because you guess what? The more they like or don't like, the more as long as they're commenting and engaged, you're winning.
Yes.
And it used to be
It
like
didn't even
30
have
at
a
the table.
stand. It didn't even have somebody.
Wait.
It was like this.
Was
Yeah.
this when Rico was an Instagram thought modeling in underwear?
Yeah. Yep.
Because Rico told you he told you I know who he is, right? Oh boy, Rico used to be out there thought on Instagram. I said, Rico, if you don't, please stop. Just get off this now. But no. But you know what's crazy though?
yeah.
I remember him when he used to model.
2018.
But I remember him when he used to model and do all that. But then when he opened his mouth is when people started paying attention to him. Because like there's so many people like taking off their clothes for Instagram and all this, and that's great. Do you? But once you can unlock your mind and really just share who you are and be vulnerable and in a space where everybody's trying to be the perfect aesthetic or the perfect presentation, like that shit will hit people in a different way. People actually pay attention to everything else you're doing. So I'm happy that you figured that out and that you guys are doing it. It took me 6 years to get my podcast. Wait, 5 years to get my podcast. Even though it was doing great, it just until it got the syndication deal and the TV deal. Like, and it was like first 3 years, maybe 4 years, we were making no money. We were struggling, just figuring out different hustles and this and that. Because once I left that comfort of my relationship, I went to struggle mode, back into survival mode.
Survival
Failing
mode.
mode. It was like sinking mode. One day I'm like, damn, I'm getting smothered mode. Like it was
Ramen
bad,
noodle
you know.
mode.
Ramen noodle mode. Ramen
You
noodle
think I'm
mode.
playing? My friend right around the corner will tell you. We had $100. He said, "What we gonna eat?" I said, "Top ramen, nigga. Go to CVS and get some top ramen." We ate top ramen and walked to the club to save gas money. But you do what you have to do until you make it. But it took a lot of hard work and a lot of, is this really gonna work? But I always believed in it. And you guys got something, and you're gonna get everything you want. I actually have an idea. I want to tell you about too.
We listen.
Not right now, because if you tell your ideas to the public,
no.
Yeah. They're going to take it. They're going to take it.
it's like raising a child. When they're an infant, you gotta hold them, and they're precious. It's very delicate. Then they become two, and now they're problematic and they're troublesome and they're just annoying. But you can't get rid of them because it's something that you're obligated to,
Yeah.
right? And then they grow up and become a teen, and oh my God, it's just like raising a child. It starts in its infancy stage, and if you keep feeding it and you keep protecting it and you keep nurturing it, it's gonna grow. And you guys have the passion, the talent, the conversations you got, all that, the format, and the people behind you that believe in you. It's just the process. One of the biggest mistakes I made when I'm even gonna call it a mistake. Let me back that up. One of the biggest challenges when I was started Hollywood Unlocked, I had this big vision. Everything I'm doing now, I'm gonna do all these things, and I would go out trying to raise money, right? And thank God nobody gave me money. But they would always say, "Isn't your best friend Floyd Mayweather?" Yeah, you want me to call him? Yeah. Well, why don't he give you all the money? He used to kill me because here's a billionaire who could give me all the money, but I didn't want his money because my relationship with him was about I wanted the game. I'm hanging around with the champ every day for months. I'm soaking up game, watching him make moves in the room, seeing him close deals, watching him not take endorsements because he don't want to feel obligated. Him the way he treated him, man. I wanted to learn how to boss up like that. So I never wanted a handout because if he ever gave me 10, 20, 30,000 or whatever that I really needed at the time, I never wanted him to think that I was only there waiting for that money. And I remember my friend who was in the hallway when I was down and I had no money. We were in Miami at the Mondrian, and I think I was like at the brokest I had ever been, and my rent was due. Floyd called me down to the valet, and he's sitting there in his big old Rolls Royce with the driver, and I get in the back, and when you shut a Rolls Royce, the door shut down and it's so quiet. You're like, what happened? What happened? What I do?
booth.
We got 14 strippers upstairs. What the strippers say I do? So he said to me, yeah, I heard my daughter got beat up at school a few months ago. I said, yeah. And he said, I heard you took it off the internet. I said, yeah. And he said, so you took it off the internet and you didn't call me and ask me for no money. I said, no. He said, well, I said, because you're like family to me. Like, why would I ask you for money? Your daughter called me crying about getting beat up at school. I called Angie at the shade room. We took it down, and we called here and there. We took it down. And he said, yo, I really love the fact that, like, you did that without an expectation of anything. He's saying there's very few times in my life where somebody's started as my friend and became my family. And we family now, and you don't ever have to worry about money. And I go, okay. And he threw,
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm having a moment. He said my triggers. You just triggered the being broke. And I'm sitting there with no money. I think I got flip-flops on. Niggas ain't seen me in flip-flops since. But I'm sitting there, and my friend's upstairs in the room, and we were just talking about, like, man, nigga, we've been out here with this nigga for 3 weeks. We ain't got no money on. And he threw $20,000 in the backseat. And then when that landed, at first, I used to always, when he tried to give me money, I would always, no, Floyd, no. I took that money, and I said,
Today is the day.
I said, Floyd, I didn't do it for this, but nigga, you ain't getting it back. and I left, and I ran upstairs, and my friend was in the room. I go, nigga, and he go, what's going on? We getting kicked out? I'm like, no. And I hand him some money. He go, where you get that at? And I'm like, Floyd just gave it to me. And we thought we were so rich. And then I just spent $20,000 at Louis Vuitton the other day. But it's still not lost on me that, when I needed that. But it also shows me, like, I want to get to a point to where I can retire and my friends can be good, or I can see their dreams and I can watch them become the best at what they're doing. And so it's one of those things where, like, yeah, first the shit painful, especially when it's painful and you believe in it so much, but everybody around you is telling you abandon your dream. Go do something real. If you're in a relationship with somebody telling you to abandon your dream, get out that relationship. Stay focused on your dream.
Facts.
And there we go. Stay focused on your dream.
I took an Adderall before this. I was sleeping in the car in that Wawa, and here I am.
And he has a script for it.
But when they told me y'all wanted me to come over, I was like, yeah, I got to pull up because I see y'all moving, and I see how you've invested in your dreams, and I see the numbers, and I see the comments, and people listen to what you guys are saying. So I just wish there was 8 people. Where the rest at? I'm coming back when everybody here.
Yeah, definitely.
It's crazy,
unless
though.
y'all fire
It
them.
was COVID. It was COVID.
I will provoke them.
Oh, God.
I'd be like, do you see how she looking at you every time you talk? That's crazy. I give you my word. This was me, like, calm. I did the Breakfast Club this morning. I just wanted to talk. This is a great, warm environment. Next time y'all got the 8, I'm coming up here. I'm finna make all y'all fight. I'm like, that ain't what Rico told me. He told me he was full of shit,